Jeremy with Middle Tennessee Firearms Training out on the range today, just working through some personal stuff. So I don't always have a cold start drill that I work through. Sometimes I just get out here and I just want to start with some simple holster draw and maybe holster draw with one shot, or maybe holster draw and 2 or 3 shots, just whatever I'm feeling. But I just want to start. I'm not working any crazy distance here. I'm going to start out on the number 5 circle down there. So that's like a 3.5 to 4 inch circle. Nothing, again, crazy, but that's just where I would start with my day. Just want to make sure I've still got the mechanics and exercising those mechanics, not even at 100% speed necessarily. I'm just, again, working mechanics. Some days faster than others. So once I've done that a few times, I would actually then decide to up the round count a little bit, just to make sure I'm maintaining good grip through multiple shots and getting a good grip on the gun to start with. Because as we discuss in classes, you can actually get a good shot with a crappy grip if it's just one shot, but can you maintain that grip and still get good hits? And if it's a crappy grip, probably not. So we want to make sure we're getting a good master grip on the gun that can maintain recoil management and all of that good stuff to get good accurate hits through multiple hits. So now I'm going to work up to the number 6 box up over here, and I'm just going to dump like 2 or 3 rounds, just whatever I'm feeling when I get that, and make sure I'm maintaining a good grip. Good grip, good hits. And notice I'm not really working a shot timer right now. Again, this isn't something that I'm worried about that just yet. I'm just going through some good exercises to start with. Oh, see, that's why I missed my hoodie that time. Some would say, well, hey, if you get a bad grip or a bad draw, work through it. Yeah, absolutely you should. So now that I've done that a few times, I realize I'm probably going to have to reload. So guess what? I'm down to my last round here. I will have to reload. So we're going to do a 1-shot reload, 2 shots. 1 shot reload, 2 shots in the number 3 triangle. All right. Good for me. All right, after I've done that a few times and things are feeling pretty good, now I'm going to really slow things down a bit, and I'm just going to go into my trigger isolation drill that I like to do. Again, continuing to make sure that I have good fundamentals based with everything that I do, from holster draw to master grip to now trigger press. So I'm going to go ahead and get gun out, and we're going to work just our strong hand only here, dominant hand. And I'm going to line up on a 1-inch paster. Y'all have seen this in previous videos. 1-inch paster, and all I'm going to do is set my sights in, prep that trigger, get to the wall, and all I'm looking for here is a good clean hit on the paster. And I'll do that like 4 or 5 times. Once I've done that 4 or 5 times, I'll then switch hands, go to my support hand, and I'll be doing the same thing. And making sure that I can get a good trigger press even with my non-dominant hand, right? So I try to maintain that grip, pressure, get to the wall. It is a different animal, isn't it? Oh, threw that one way bad. Felt that and everything. I've got the twitches. There we go. There we go. All right, through one, stacked 4 in the same hole, basically. All right, I would check rounds at this point. I've got what looks like we've got 3 left. I'm not really satisfied with what I did with my non-dominant hand, so I'm gonna move over to the next paster, and I'm gonna continue to work through the rest of this magazine. So 3 more rounds, and I'm trying to, again, get good hits, good trigger press. Don't disturb the sights. Press the trigger straight to the ear. Get to the wall. Add pressure when you see your sights right where they need to be. Don't disturb your sights. There we go. 3 really good hits there. I'll take those. Once I've done that, work through that magazine, I'd throw another magazine in, and now I would join hands together, and same thing on the next paster down. Only now we've got our master grip, and this should feel a lot easier. Now we've done that on that left top paster. I'm going to move over to the next paster and do the same thing. Top right paster over here below the number 1 triangle. Again, settling sights, trigger press. Don't disturb sights. You notice speed starts to become a thing. You start speeding up because you're feeling good about what you're doing. I check mag. Feeling pretty good about that. Now, we go back to the holster and we work through the holster draw and drive to the 1-inch paster. I'm not looking for time. Again, I'm trying to find a very small point to aim at, and I'm trying to get hits on that paster from the draw so that when I then move to a bigger target, it becomes super easy, or at least it should feel that way anyway, right? So 1-inch paster from the draw. That might be touching it, we'll see. Not bad, not bad. Again, from the draw. From the draw. Work through. Bad holster draw, and paid for it. It's a little bit outside the paster there. Again, 2 more reps. Oh, worst one yet. We got 2 more. We'll work 2 more in there before we move on. Nice. Same spot, and we're empty. Swap out to another mag. Some of y'all are curious about hits and y'all want to see hits. Let's finish this last one here. So I have one that I'm really upset with. The rest I am close, not dialed in 100%, but one that I'm really disappointed in. So I would work this next paster. I leave this next paster for an area I want to come back to. That's the last thing I did, and I'm not pleased with it. So I'd come back and work the next paster over. Last paster, 5 rounds from the draw. Oh, bad draw, bad draw. Bad hit. Slow down, slow down. We're driving them all over the place now. One more. All right, let's go down here and take a look, because accountability, right? So we started with our strong hand only right here. We have one really that I could say, yeah, that's not great. The rest are all touching pasters. 5 shots in. This was the non-dominant hand where 4 shots are all touching each other right here on the paster. And then we've got that one I drove down. So when I drove that one down, I said, you know what? I've got this paster here. I've got 3 more rounds. I'm not real happy with it. So let's get out here and work that non-dominant hand some more and refine that a little bit. So we did that. I've got 3 on the paster there. Great. Right here, we joined hands together and I took out a little over 1/4 of the paster with all the bullets touching, all the impacts touching. That's great. That's what we want. We worked over here, same thing. I got 3 in to finish off that mag. Looks like 3, maybe 4. Don't remember. Then we started working from the draw here. Notice the grouping is a little bit open, and I got that one I drove down to the point of where I'm like, no, I need to rework this again. Again, not working under the time constraints, but working with, hey, go a little bit, right? So really 3 there that I'm like, okay, that's cool. I've got 2 there that I don't like, especially this one down here. So we transitioned over and said, we're gonna work a little bit more from the holster on this 1-inch paster. We've got 2 touching paster and we've got 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and 1 up high. So that grouping on that draw on a 1-inch paster, it's not terrible, but it's below the standard that I would hold for myself. So not necessarily shooting the greatest today, but that's what I like to work on, and it's a low round count. This is low round count stuff. You don't have to do a whole lot. Notice I spent the first, what did I go through? 3 magazines and probably a total of, we got 12, 15, and another 17 right there. So not a ton of rounds, less than 50 rounds. And I was able to work some simple holster draw stuff. And then we moved on to some trigger press and sight alignment stuff. That is a pretty simple rundown, and we did that in, what, less than 15 minutes? It's really good to work on these basic things when you go to the range. Give yourself an agenda. If this is not what you're gonna work on, fine. Write down what you wanna do at the range when you go to the range and stick to that. Otherwise, you can get to the range and say, yeah, I'm gonna do this, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and before you know it, you're really just not helping yourself and not building on anything. You're all over the place. Jeremy, Middle Tennessee Firearms, train hard, train safe, get in a class. Hope to see you on the range.